My name is Kathie, and I'm a yoga and meditation teacher at New York City schools. I teach elementary school kids, and really my focus is just teaching them how to calm down, how to be still with themselves. Also, I encourage a lot of self-help and self-esteem workshops and self-care and self-love. I also teach Zumba and yoga to middle school girls, and I also teach fitness at Crunch. I think those images of women that were sexy to me because that's what my mom was, and my mom was always sexy to me. And my mom was, I always remember her skin being very soft, and she always had these lines and these curves, and I always felt like if you run your fingers through her body, it's like running your fingers through like an S shape or a moving snake, or it just was so fluid and soft. And so I think my image of beauty came from the women who were around me, and you know, me just idolizing their beauty and their curves, and they carried a lot of power in their hips. Growing up, a successful woman was someone who was in control of her career, who had money, and who was self-sufficient, meaning that she was able to take care of her own without being dependent on anyone for survival. To me, that was always what made a woman successful. Also, how smart she is. I always connected intellectuality with success, and also her strength and how much she can endure, and her power and her ability to heal and to cope. I think power in a woman's the ability to stand your ground. I think a lot of times as we're taught as women to fall back, or to be more gentle, or not to make anyone uncomfortable with your power. But for me, even at a very young age, I think I understood that being a woman is being able to stand your ground, to stand in your power, being able to stand up for yourself, stand up for others. But also, I also found a lot of power in women's nurturing roles, and being able to nurture and to care for children and for the elderly and for men as well. I always found success and power in that. Success is also how I relate to others as well. I cannot just sit here and be like, oh, me, my success is based on the standards that I put on myself, but really how I relate to others. Like, to me, can I forgive someone who has done me wrong? I think someone who is able to forgive is a very successful person. But that success is not measured through material things. I think success can be measured by what we're able to endure, what we're able to forgive, what we're able to let go, what we're able to embrace and let in. Because I feel like a lot of people who we perceive to be successful and strong and independent and financially stable, sometimes they lack the ability to receive help. So I think success comes in two folds: being able to do for others, but being vulnerable and humble enough to allow for others to do for yourself as well. I think that's equally as important. And I think a true successful person is one who realizes when to give help but when to receive help. So I think that's where I measure success from now, is how I'm able to relate to others and to relate to myself, how quickly I'm able to cope when life gets hard, because it's easy to celebrate the success and the light and when everything is going well, but what about when things are going really hard? I think it's equally important to consider how we're able to successfully navigate through those difficult emotions, through those dark times and give yourself credit for, and credit that as strength and success. Not only whether you have a house and a car and a husband and a marriage and children. You know, success can reach so many levels. And I think for me, it has surpassed the superficial level of what my career status or my relationship status is. But how is my inner being? How is my spirit feeling? How am I able to cope when things don't go my way? I think that's a true sign of success. So for me, sexiness is equivalent to being strong. So like when I'm standing on my head, I feel extremely sexy. Or when I'm, you know, punching a punching bag and just going at it for 3 minutes and just focusing on my breathing and my form and my body and just connecting every punch to an emotion, that's when I feel my sexiest. So I would say right now where I'm at, my sexiness is connected to my strength, to my power, to this warrior that I've connected with internally. And I feel like when she comes out, that's when I feel my sexiest, when I'm strong, when I know I can defend myself or stand my ground. My sexiness is in connection to my strength and knowing what I'm capable of doing. And also in my goofiness, I think people are attracted to me because I can be like a little goofy and awkward, and you know, I've just learned how to embrace that. Like sexiness doesn't always have to be seductive. Right. You know, sometimes you could be a nerd and a geek and people just are infatuated by that. There's like an internal stamina that I have developed, a strength within me that just says keep going, do not stop. Pace yourself, take it slow, take a break, honor where you are right now. But whatever you do, do not stop, keep going. And I think this was what was most important in me reaching my success, is building that stamina, knowing not to give up, not to quit. And also I think learning how to pace yourself, knowing when to slow down and learning when to pick up the pace. I think that was very important in my growth and in my journey.